Have you ever seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty? Yeah, me neither. So apparently in this movie, there's a scene where Walter Mitty isn't escaping an eruption. Now the volcano that is erupting in that scene is Eyjafjallajökull. You heard me right, Eyjafjallajökull. I still don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right. So let me tell you a little bit about Eyjafjallajökull. Eyjafjallajökull is a stratovolcano located in the southern tip of Iceland. Its most recent eruption was in April 2010. And since Iceland is on the border of the North American and Eurasian plate boundary, it receives a lot of seismic activity. And due to an unusual amount of seismic activity at the fault, Eyjafjallajökull's magma chamber was allowed to fill back up again and build pressure. And getting closer and closer to that eruption, being very small, subtle earthquakes, sometimes even thousands per day, and all having the epicenter of the volcano. Now it first started erupting around March 20th, where a small fissure about 5 miles east of the volcano erupted and caused lava to spew out. However, this was not out of the main central crater and was not below the ice cap that surrounds the mountain. However, on April 14th, it did finally erupt out of its main crater, which caused the ice cap above it to melt rapidly, which caused lahars to run down nearby riverbeds really rapidly and forced over 800 people to evacuate. This main eruption was actually very explosive and shot ash straight up into the atmosphere, and due to wind patterns, most of it actually traveled over to Europe. This caused most of Europe to have to close down the airspace due to ash being in the air and fear of loss of life if aircraft were to fly into it, which actually shut down the most amount of airspace since World War II. Now, Eyjafjallajökull only erupted for roughly a few weeks until it was deemed dormant on May 23rd by the London Volcanic Ash Advisory Center. Now, the eruption did not result in any loss of life, but did flood a ton of nearby farmland as well as damaging roads around it. Now, Eyjafjallajökull only erupts every few centuries, so there's no reason to worry about another eruption happening anytime soon. And while I hope you learned a little bit about our dear friend Eyjafjallajökull, and while it wasn't the largest eruption, it shouldn't be an eruption to be looked over because it affected a lot of people's lives. And also in the beginning when I said I did not see The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, I actually have. And I just thought it was actually really funny that that was this exact same volcano in that movie that I saw years ago, and it just happened to connect, and it was a really cool coincidence. But yeah, I hope you learned something about Eyjafjallajökull, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.